EA Sports, and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. That's out of bounds, and it'll cost him a shot. So now he's playing his third shot, Frank, after hitting it OB.
Yeah, good tee shot, though. So see if he can string a couple of good shots together and out.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Not a gimme, but well within his range. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. So with that, the score is now at even par. Frank, the par 3/8 really is Wolf Creek in a nutshell. It's hard, and it's really pretty.
It is, and it's really long, too. Just under 250 yards off that back tee. Slight bit of elevation, but you can see from the tee, obviously, where you don't want to go and where you do go. If you're a little, tender of heart, then aim for the right side and avoid all that water down the left.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
Second shot.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Finishing up this front side here at the par 4 ninth, 390 yards. And what are we looking at, Frank?
Well, it looks relatively straightforward, but it's anything other than that. Decision time again. Do you lay it up into that wide area? He's gone for a little extra.
Just burning rubber right here. I mean, this one is taken off like a missile.
Just destroyed it. He's going to try and rip the cover off it.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. Really powering up here.
Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. And now, pretty good chance for birdie. So coming off the birdie on the previous hole, a chance now for yet another one.
And momentum all in his favor.
Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Good stroke right there. That's a par and stays at 1 under. We're here at the downhill par 3 11th hole. Frank, it's 215 yards from the back tee.
This hole certainly is not for the faint of heart. When you look at that tee shot, you think, oh my God, what do I do from here? But remind yourself, it's 215 yards and really only about 160, 170 yards to green grass again. But it's 215 yards. That should be the club that you're trying to pick. Green's big enough, just persuade yourself that. Try not to look at the canyon and the desert. There is a green down there. The hole is playable.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. That's an important birdie right there, into the top 5 on this leaderboard.
Well, there's so much at stake this week, Rich.
Now to the par 5 12, pretty big hole with a really big green.
And a really good blue area to the left, called water there. That's to be avoided off this tee, that's for sure. A good drive that avoids all of that. Then the hole is certainly reachable, but as you can see, water creeps in again, back right on this hole. So just don't get too cavalier here. A 5 wouldn't be the worst score. I know you want better, but believe me, I've seen many a 6s and 7s racked up here at 12.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
What a spectacular shot that was. He'll have a look at eagle. These putts keep the round together. Frank, sometimes it takes a bold stroke to win a tournament. Get back into it, and that's what we just saw.
Birdie's make a move. Eagle, especially right now, could not have picked a better time.
So through one round, Frank, our leader really put on a good show today.
They certainly did, Rich. It was truly a great performance, especially from tee to green. It's not easy to come out of the gates like that.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole, this for birdie. Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. That is some good work right there. Birdie, one shot closer to the lead. Frank, this is the kind of hole that you like to drop a bag of balls and just have fun. Hit it all day long as if you were at the range. Unfortunately, you only get one crack, and you better be good. This is a tough hole.
Well, if you find the water, actually, you might get another one up there. It certainly is a tough hole, though, Rich. The stream going all the way down the left-hand side, and that wraps right around the left and behind the screen, makes that tee shot... well, it certainly makes you think about that tee shot while you're on the tee. Prudent play, aim for the right edge of the green. Nothing wrong if you just miss the green on the right, but miss the green by a yard on the left, you pay a very steep price.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a bogey on this hole yesterday. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Been pretty good all day from this distance. Just trying to take care of business.
Yeah, that's a good par there, Rich.
Set to round out the front side here at Wolf Creek with a par 4.
Fun hole for the big hitter, too. They can really take advantage of this. The last fairway bunker down there on the right side is just over 300 yards to get over it. And longer hitters could nearly drive it in the green side bunker on the right. So just tee it up there. You're playing desert golf for a reason. Enjoy it. Just have a little flick in here. And chance, too, to have a little birdie at the end of your front 9.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. That's a bad bogey at a bad time in the tournament.
And you'd like to think it's just a slip on the controller.
Start of the back 9 here at Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada. Rich Lerner for EA Sports with my partner Frank Nobilo. Frank, tell us about the 10th.
It looks intimidating off the back of this tee, Rich, and that's because the desert ridge on that right side, it sort of blocks your view and you don't see the right side of this fairway. Once you realize there's a lot more room to the right, then that tee shot becomes a little bit easier. Now also the angle of this green, you're going to see it sort of turn to the right there. So you've really got to be careful on where the flag is positioned on this green. If they put the flag back right, then obviously that's the hardest this hole's going to play. Flag sort of left of center, then this still could very much be a birdie hole.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Early part of this back 9 and a good approach shot Now we'll have this for birdie.
It's at sneaky distance.
Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Wow, I thought he made that. Well, Frank, you hear it so often. This is a game of dealing with your miscues.
That's the beauty of this game of golf. It giveth and it taketh away. Rich, you got to tell me what happened. I covered my eyes on that one.
Another bogey. What else? On to the 11th hole. We're looking downhill, 215 yards to the green.
And this is one of the holes that you realize you're at Wolf Creek. You would never see this hole anywhere else in the world. It's amazing when you stand on this tee. You see all of the canyons around, but there is a little green area down there surrounded by a couple of bunkers. It's a great-looking par 3. It measures 215 yards. Very playable, and you never know. Today might be the day where you make birdie.
Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Starting to play some good golf. With that birdie, moves to 4 under for the tournament. Par 5, 12th, and Frank, another reminder that Wolf Creek can really be intimidating.
It can. Water down the left. That'll take a huge dent off your scorecard. A lot of fairway down the right. Somehow find that. This par 5 can be reachable in 2. There's still trouble to the right of this green if you get a little bit cavalier. This, without doubt, the longest green on the golf course. It's 55 yards from front to back.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Didn't knock down the flagstick, but he still has a chance.
21 steps, or should I say feet?
21 feet from pay dirt. Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, trying for another one today. Frank, I thought that was in. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Has his par. Two rounds in the books, Frank, and a good spot from which to make a move.
Yeah, well positioned. Really, if you're leading, it's a different pressure. Being in the chaser pack there, playing well, what a great position to go into with 2 rounds to go.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. This is the second shot at the par 4. Good swing, good shot yet again. That's a beautiful shot, and that sets him up for a really easy putt. Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today.
Really solid stroke.
We're here at the downhill par 3 11th hole. Frank, it's 215 yards from the back tee.
This hole certainly is not for the faint of heart. When you look at that tee shot, you think, oh my God, what do I do from here? But remind yourself, it's 215 yards and really only about 160, 170 yards to green grass again. But it's 215 yards. That should be the club that you're trying to pick. Green's big enough, just persuade yourself that. Try not to look at the canyon and the desert. There is a green down there. The hole is playable.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
It's the beautiful part of golf. Brand new day, new hole. Remember, he made a bogey here yesterday. This time for birdie. Player knows they're on the move with that birdie. Quick glance at the leaderboard. They can see, Frank, they're not out of it.
Things are very volatile right now. He's gone for a little extra.
Gave that the full treatment. Get up.
Whoa, that is long.
Great lie. What a great shot. He has really hit it a long way.
Second shot.
Cannot hide the flagstick from that man inside 5 feet. And getting ready for the putt. And that is an eagle with a capital E. It is exciting and into the top 5.
Big jump up the leaderboard.
13th hole here at Wolf Creek, and Frank, anyone can say, oh, I'm going to take this one over the trees. But very few can stand up and say, I'm flying this baby clear over the mountains.
Yeah, if you take the direct route, obviously it's going to be much shorter than the 350 yards that it's measured as a dogleg right. So the direct line, well, I don't want to tell you the exact yardage because it might give you too much of a clue, but it might be worth taking. It's going to be a blind tee shot, though, and you're not quite sure on the outcome. This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Just a tap in to finish the hole.
That's a good par given the situation.
Still tight, still close. Frank, describe the layout here at the 14th hole. It's 444 yards. What a beautiful hole.
It is, and it's a beautiful view. You see everything from the top of that tee there. It's a hole that keeps bending to the left. There's enough bunkers down the left there to actually take your eye. That's why you've got to fixate on something in the distance that's a much better line than worrying about that wall of sand down the left side.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it. Repetitive is often sounds boring. This is just shot after shot, and it's anything other than that. Spectacular.
Like Ben Crenshaw right there, just so smooth.
I've played before.
Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. How about that terrific approach shot setting up a makeable eagle putt? You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Now to the 14th hole, and Frank, this is probably the best par 4 here at Wolf Creek.
It's certainly the hole that they take the most photographs on, Rich, and you can see why. Great vantage point of the whole golf course. The hole's just sort of littered with bunkers down the left side, so you know where not to go once again. Go to the right side of that. Hole just keeps sort of hooking around that left side. It plays under 450 yards. It's fun. Just sort of draw it a little off the tee, draw it a little into the green, and you'll be fine.
That is just a beautiful shot. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This is a good-looking shot. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie.
Well, that birdie has to feel even better, Rich, with everything so tight at the top.
Right in the middle of a Donnybrook at this point. This is a nice little 135-yard shot. How good has the swing tempo been?
Has not lost it since the first hole, Rich. I think that's been the key to the round. Started with that rhythm, even though the winds were out there. The winds haven't abated, and neither has that rhythm.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up.
It's that sneaky distance. A little bit more hope than determination in that putt.
Name comes off the top of that leaderboard after that par.
Yeah, at the moment, not much they can do. All the good stuff's being played elsewhere.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
All right, Frank, what are you looking to do with this approach shot here at 16?
Well, a good tee shot that sort of split those two fairway bunkers should leave you a relatively, what looks like a straightforward short iron shot in. Distance control paramount once again here at 16, because this green has a lot of subtle undulations in it.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Now has a tie for the lead with that birdie.
And a pep in the stride.
So 2 holes left to play. Now the final par 5 on the course, 562 yards, the 17th.
The drive looks relatively straightforward, and I say that because there's a little creek down there that obviously you have to stay short of. But that's the fun part. They want to keep you back in an area where you go, can I hit the second shot across the stream, across the water, and still keep it on the green? And the answer is, I don't know.
Wow, he moved that a long ways right in the fairway. Now the second shot to the par 5. Good swing, good shot yet again. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Shouldn't be a problem here. Well, Frank, this is a good turn. Tied for the lead after that eagle.
Huge eagle. Rich, what a time to do that.
18th hole, and Frank, again, a good scoring opportunity. Short par 4.
Yeah, if you looked at the scorecard, you'd think you could drive this green, but one quick look at the trouble in front and to the right of the screen, and you realize that's probably not the prudent play. Really, something 230, 240 yards off the tee in that vicinity is going to leave you just a flick wedge into this green. It is a rather narrow green, but from that distance, you expect to hit it close. Ah, nice.
Looks good. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
To win the Tiburon Championship. Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. That's why you play the game, to stack up the wins. Great effort right there.